Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. I would like to talk to you today about eyeshadow. Now, over the years, I have changed my strategy with eyeshadows. I used to love to buy palettes and have multiple colors and do shading and, follow all the experts as to what should be done with eyeshadow. But over the years, I've decided as my eyes have gotten more hooded and, I just find things crease in my eyes more. I just put shadow now on the lid. And I've talked about this before. That's pretty much what I do. And I use the same color family. I tend to use a nude color, more on the cool side, and try to look for things that are satin, metallic sometimes, but not overly sparkly, because it just, not that I don't like sparkles, but it just sticks in my eyes and crumbles and doesn't look so good. But I've got a couple that I want to share. Now, Urban Decay was where I got started with this years and years ago. They do a beautiful shade called Toasted. I've got a few left because they're now out of stock. They're discontinued. But this has been kind of my holy grail, and it's the one that I try to find duplicates for. So this is the Urban Decay Toasted. I'll put it on my wrist here so that you can see. It's a beautiful color. I mean, I can't even begin to describe it. It's, can you see? It's really, really lovely, and it looks gorgeous on my eyes, and I still use it, and I love it. But Urban Decay Toasted is where I start my journey. Now, I've found a lot of other ones I really, really like, but I must tell you how I start putting my eyeshadow on, because I use a base, which is kind of, it could be a primer if you prefer that, but I use an eyeshadow by Auric. Now, Auric is more of an expensive brand, but I don't mind spending $38 every 6 months to get this little tub of magic for me. Now, basically, I put it on. Here it is. As you can see the color. Very similar to Toasted, actually, but it's got a stickiness to it. And I put that on first on my eyes. Now, I would try to show you, I don't know whether this is all going to work in the light, but you can see that right here. It's kind of shimmery, and it's got a tackiness to it. So I put that on first, and then I apply eyeshadow. So let's get on with some of these eyeshadows. Now, some of them I don't have names for because they're not on the packaging, but I will describe them and put all that information in the description box underneath the video, okay? So let's start with one. Where shall I start? Maybelline. Now, Maybelline does a lot of beautiful palettes, but they also do single shadows like this one. Now, I actually don't know the name to this one because it's got a number 503 on the back. And that is it. Now, this is Maybelline. You'll find it everywhere. You can look online too for other single eyeshadows. L'Oreal does a lot of single eyeshadows, but I don't happen to have any at all in my collection. But that's another good place to look for these singles. There are these kinds of colors. Now, this is like it looks in the pan like it's more of a brown, darker brown, but it's actually quite light. So 503 Maybelline. Maybelline is a good brand for just about everything, in my opinion. I just love it. Let me just see if I can put this on here. There, you can see that. Okay, so that's the Maybelline 503. And they're under $8. I'm going to rub these off as I go so I can have more space on my arm to show you. So anyway, you can find these online or in the shops. Now, oh, by the way, in terms of what I put on my eyes before we started today, I used my eyebrow concoction that I always use. It's the one that I've talked about before. It's the Maybelline Tattoo Brow, if I can get it on my table. Tattoo Brow with the NYX Thick It Stick It. This is my dual product for my eyebrows. And believe me, my eyebrows are now getting very light, very gray, and just using these two products, I can get them back into shape. And I really, really like the color and the texture. This gives you the color, this gives you a bit of texture. So perfect solution for me. So whatever your eyebrows are. And my eye mascara, I used Sky High Maybelline. The primer, which is a black primer, so unusual, but it's a beautiful primer, similar brush to the Sky High mascara, and then I use that one, the Sky High. That's what I've got on my lashes today. So just so you know the background, but I'll show you the eyeshadow that I'm wearing today is actually by Max Factor, and it's called Magnetic Brown. Now, this is really pretty. I like this a lot, and again, it was under, I think, about $8. I got it online, but it's by Max Factor. And Max Factor does some lovely eyeshadows. A great product line, actually. I love all their products. I love their foundations as well. But this is really, really pretty, and it's what I've got on my eyes today. Maybe I'll just put some on just so you can see. Because I've had this on for about an hour now, so I can just... And I just kind of either dab it on with my fingers or I use a brush. And the brush I use is usually like a tapered But can you see how pretty that is? Now, after I put the Auric on as a base and then put this on, this is what I would go out with. And I do 9 times out of 10. I use one of these products I'm showing you today. The next one I'll show you, Maybelline I've shown you now, Max Factor, is, oh, this is a really fun one. It's by a company called 17. If you can find this, if you're ever in Greece and you're on holiday, go to Hondas, which is their sort of equivalent to Sephora, and pick this up. It's really, really pretty. And it's got a kind of sponginess to it. I can't quite describe the texture of this one. Is very, very cool. And I do wear this a lot as well. But I'll put it on my wrist there so you can see, or my arm so you can see. Again, they're tricky to see in the light, but it's a beautiful, beautiful shadow. And it's also got that same metallic, shiny but not sparkly finish. So I love that so much. The other one I really like are eyeshadows are from Kiko's. Now, I don't know whether you've got Kiko's in your town or city, but they're definitely online, of course. This one is part of their series. I think it's called High Pigment Eyeshadow, number 28. Write that down. It's really, really cool. This is definitely a darker shadow. You can't actually see in the light that it is, but it is to me on my eyes. But I wear this a lot, and I sometimes mix it. You can see the color. It's quite a bit darker. But let me just put this in a place that you can see it. Oh, wow, yeah. Now, on my wrist, that looks or my arm looks much darker than the rest. But isn't that pretty? And that's one that I definitely would recommend. Kiko's beautiful eyeshadows. They're made in Italy. All the best eyeshadows, by the way, in my opinion, are made in Italy. But that's a really, really cool one, number 28. And they've got a whole series of these in different colors and different levels of metallic and shimmer. Beautiful, beautiful eyeshadows from Kiko's. Now, the other ones I've got, and this is a MAC collection. Now, these ones I purchased, they are singles, and I purchased them as singles and put them into a little case here. This one actually is called Naked Lunch, which is like a white. It's actually a base if you want to use it as a base. But these are just so pretty. Let me remember the names of these. I put them on the back. This is wait a minute, Incinerate, and this is a gorgeous, gorgeous color. Incinerate. This one is called Violet. I just trying to think, but you can get the ideas of these colors. I just wanted to show you these because these are the ones that I hand-picked as being the ones that I love. And I will tell you, if I hold this up, this is upside down. Incinerate, Nude Model is the one, and Star Violet. Those are the ones. I'll put them all the names in the description. But this is Star Violet. I love these so much. MAC, again, does beautiful, beautiful single shadows. So that's another place to go hunt for ones that you really, really love. The other one that I got in a set, these are the ones that I found as dupes that were for dupes for Urban Decay's Toasted. And they said when I went to, there's a site called Temptalia that you can go to and just put in the name of the one that's discontinued, and then it will tell you. Let me show you these ones separately here, if I can get them out at the, there's one here called Peace. Where's the Peace? Oh, here's Peace. This is Peace here. And it's by Sydney Grace. Sydney Grace, my brain was froze. Sydney Grace, they do a lot of gorgeous, gorgeous ones. I'll put that on that finger. This one is called Snake Eyes, which is a cover girl. And those two are really, really pretty too. I can put that. That's Peace and that's Snake Eyes. And in Temptalia, they say that these are two that are very good duplicates for the Urban Decay Toasted. And they're the ones in matte that I use to balance it out. This one here is called Blondie. And that's also Sydney Grace. So Sydney Grace does Peace and Blondie. And I'll put that on here if I can find it by at the end there, the Blondie. You can see that they're all very, very similar because this is what I love. But when you put them on your eye, you do get a different effect. And so I really want to make sure that you try them out yourself. If you can go into the store and try these, that's great. MAC is no problem. You can try those anywhere. The Sydney Grace, you'll have to order online. But trust me, Blondie and Peace definitely are great. And there's lots of others too. Now, Peggy Sage is one that I discovered as a line for lip liners. Do you remember I did a video on going to a place called Freeburg, and I found the Peggy Sage store. Well, Peggy Sage you can order online, and this is one of her very, very beautiful ones called Precious Brown, and this is, and it's a little bit shimmery, but still very, very pretty. Let me find a finger that's not been used here, and I'll put this on. Let's see, where will I put this? Right there again. I've taken off the others. This one here. But you definitely can see a trend. Maybe I'm sure, maybe you'll see, from your perspective, you'll see they look very, very similar, but take a note of the names and then go check them out because I think you'll love them. This one is actually called Precious Brown. It's a Peggy Sage. It's a French company. So that's made in Paris, and I think you'll really, really like it. Which other ones were I going to show you? Oh, Wycon. Wycon is a brand from Italy that I found in Milan when I was there, but you can order it online. And I got this little set, and this is the closest, I think, to a palette that I have these days that I use all the time. It doesn't have a mirror on it, but you can see this is just another sort of a base one right here, which is like a little bit darker that you can put all over your eye and then tone it down with these two. This is a very light one. I don't know the colors of these at all. I'll put them in the description, but this is like, if I had a set that I would suggest you get together, it'd be one that's like a bottom, like a base matte, or the Auric, something that you can use as a base, and then either like a beigey brown color like the Toasted or the other ones I've shown you. And this is a pinky one. Can you see that? And those two shades, I think, work for everybody. And this is the only kind of pink single that I've got. These are purchased as singles. You can buy just one of these. And I put them together in a little case. But I really, really like this color pink as well. I don't know if I can show it to you on my... Oh, it's actually very, very crumbly because I dug my finger in. Can you see? Wait a minute. Where are we here? This right here. Yeah, that's super pretty on the eye as well. I wear that one a lot. So those are some, I think maybe about 8 or 9 that I've shown you here that are single palettes, the eyeshadow palettes that you can put on over top of a base and just go. They're just really simple. Just put them on and go. Oh, by the way, the one I'm wearing, did I tell you this already? I don't know if I told you. I'm wearing the Max Factor. This one that's called Precious Brown. I said I did tell you because I put it on, but yes, that's the one I really like. But anyway, if you've got any questions, or if you've got one that you use that you love for a single eyeshadow in any color, these are cool beige nude colors. Maybe you've got some that are a little bit bronzer or warmer because my skin tone is more cool. But I just want to share with you the idea that you don't have to buy a whole palette to have a beautiful eye look. You can buy one single shadow, put it on, just dab it on your eyes over a base of cream or powder, and just shine in the world. So thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. I love doing these makeup tutorials because I think that and as I said, these are all under, $12 or so. They're not expensive relative to what a palette will cost you these days. But I just turn to them all the time, and I thought it'd be useful to share with you. So if you've got some favorites, let me know. Let us know, and put your comments in the section below. Everything that I've talked about today will be in the description, not with links because I don't have any affiliate links to share with you, but I can put the names. You can search them online. They're available in so many places. And if you've got any questions, let me know. Okay, take good care, everybody. Lots of love. Bye for now.